Hey everybody, it's Rob at Kentucky CBD Pharmacy, and I just want to talk a little about what's going on with the support around hemp and what's actually happening with cannabis. So, a large part of what we're seeing, and the hemp products are all getting banned. It has nothing to do with regulation, like they say. It's nothing to do with protecting the children. It is simply revenue. Our hemp products are getting in the way of their marijuana sales, and whether they like to admit it or not, there is extra fees associated with medical marijuana. They can't call it tax because taxing a medical product is immoral. So what they do is they create all these regulatory agencies and staff them to police the regulations that they are creating. That's how they're getting the extra revenue out of the medical. Same thing's happening in other states, just like Alabama, just like Texas. It is happening in Kentucky, and it's not being said like that. And you know, the media is not our friend in this. The activists that's been standing up all these years are begging media to cover what's actually happening, and they're refusing because the media is controlled by whoever controls that state, and the state's job is to sell a medical marijuana program right now. That being said, if you are pro-cannabis in any way, shape, or form, you're kind of part of the problem too. So what we have found is all these old school stoners, lifelong cannabis consumers, however you want to say it, they have found that smoking works for them. I get it. I was that way so long. I don't need any of that other product. I got what works for me. I'm just going to stick with what I know. Ladies and gentlemen, there's so much more to it than rolling and smoking a joint. If that joint helped you, and I'm sure it probably has, if that joint helped you, asking questions of what it helped and why it helped are important. That way you can hone in. If you're using cannabis as medicine, you can actually hone in on exactly what is working, and you can find a dose. That way you're not just blindly grabbing at something off the street. You actually know what's working and you know what's in it. Now, a lot of street weed comes from good people, straight out. That's how it is. Our black market has provided this state for a century. We have products now that can hone in on those dosages though. So our hemp program, we're literally selling the exact same product as the dispensaries are going to be selling very soon. They're not going to tell you that though. Our products are so regulated that you can actually hone in on the dosage and the exact cannabinoid that is working for you, and you can get the right result consistently. So if you're using it for anxiety, if you're using it for pain, whatever you're consuming cannabis for, there are ways to hone in on that and get it better, get it more effective. Nobody's saying that. So stoners, I am an activist. I have been an activist long before I was selling hemp. And I, just like you, fought hemp. I thought hemp was appeasement for the legalization that I was an advocate for. So I didn't enjoy hemp. I didn't want to even learn hemp. But after a row of things that made me need to learn hemp, I finally figured out that this is the same plant. Granted, in smokable form, it isn't the same, but every cannabinoid that grows in medical cannabis also grows naturally in hemp. It's just different ratios. What we've figured out, however, is if you extract those cannabinoids and you isolate them off to themselves, just like Delta-9 THC, which is the one that is limited by law and considered medical cannabis, Delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinoid oil, that's the one. If you isolate these out and you collect them, these are derived from hemp, which makes them legal. It is the exact same thing, exact same molecule, except it carries a sales tax rather than a recreational or medical fee, and it can be put back into gummies and vapes and stuff like that totally legally. They don't want that because they're not getting that extra 35% taxes off of you. Activists, it's time to start listening to the people who are fighting for you, because these products that we sell currently are your 100% reason for full cannabis decriminalization. We've had it here for years. Thousands and thousands and thousands of Kentuckians have consumed these hemp products and know exactly what I'm talking about. We have to be able to trust the people that are fighting for us to legitimately fight for us. And keep in mind, your government is not and has not for 88 years. They're not going to start now. They're not going to put it on the news. Where are your activists? What groups do you know that are for full cannabis decriminalization, openly and loudly? How many businesses do you know that are for full cannabis decriminalization? We've had these products for a long time. Thousands of people have had them, and we haven't seen the destructive or negative effects that were promised if cannabis came to Kentucky. Well, the hemp program opened that door, and we have full cannabis products right now, with the exception of the flower, because Kentucky as a state banned it, even though it's federally legal. And the the hemp beverages that they took are now in alcohol retailers and limited down to 5 milligrams. It doesn't make sense. Our activists have to stand up and understand that the people that are here advocating for them are the ones that are actually fighting for them. Any kind of a representative you know that is supporting cannabis is using it as a political platform and to keep their supporters on the chain. None of them have fought for your rights. They have all conceded your rights to appease another legislator. And then they blame them. And that's happened on both blue and red sides. So don't put that political crap in my comments. It is not the blue going to save us or the red going to save us. They have actively worked against us in every way while keeping it out of the media and keeping you in the dark. That's just a kind of glimpse of what we're actually dealing with here in Kentucky. And I need people to understand this. And it doesn't matter how many of you watch my video on my page is shadow banned. If you've seen it, you're one of very few people that get to see this feed. If you see it, it's your responsibility to share it, because I've done everything I can. I've advocated, I've helped individuals thousands of times over and over, day after day. But if I can't be seen on social media and this information can't be shared, nobody knows it. Fact check every damn bit of it. I am fine with that. I would hope you do, because it might give you a glimpse into what's actually happening and how bad we need people to advocate for themselves. You don't have to stand up for anybody else, but if you're a cannabis consumer, a cannabis retailer, a cannabis manufacturer, you need to be involved, and you need to be involved quickly. Kentucky Cannabis Freedom Coalition is an all-inclusive group. The Kentucky Hemp Association is literally hiring lobbyists just to stay in front of this for you. Granted, it's our industry, but you're our clients. So we are advocating for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please just share this and try to get this information out, because I don't know any other way to do it. I just don't. I'm depending on you to help follow this through and get it the coverage that it deserves. And I don't know any other way to ask.